Hi and welcome to day 4 of your WindWorks Largo Status Stage trial. Copy me. Ho, ho. Go again. Full breath in. Ho, ho. Close your eyes. Ho, 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 ho. What's the WindWorks mantra? I want the lips to interact with the air as if they are the vocal cords, meaning it's no harder to play than talk, which is a lot for you to get your head around. But consider this, when you're going from to ho, ho, close your eyes, ho, ho. As soon as you engage the vocal cords, does it become harder work? Do you feel greater resistance or backup in the body? Now, of course, there's a lot less flow when we're going to when there's a vibration, or that's described throughout the course in quite big detail. Greg, why is this important? Well, the reason that it's important is we can go from moving air through the instrument and other things, and it's easy to do. But as soon as we go into playing mode, I can guarantee more than 90% of you will go into push, tight, here, plant, player mode, as opposed to air moving there is no difference in the feeling of playing when the lips are part of the oscillation than when we're going. And if you're unsure about that, use the voice, because this part of the brain, the reptilian brain, Greg, that's not how it works. It is how it works. It's different to the way that you think about it. But if you close your eyes and think of a simple mechanical system, air in the lungs, at a point of oscillation, ho. How hard is it to do? It's not hard. It took me years to learn this, but I wasn't being taught it. What I'm showing you works. Let me expedite the process for you. You can keep looking around, you can play all these different books and stuff, that's fine. But as you know, results and process. When you understand what I'm saying, and let me do this demonstration again. It's no harder, it's not smoke and mirrors. I just know how confronting it is to get your mind around it. I know because I've been there. I've spent the time to research it and to practice it, and lo and behold, it works, okay? So once you've got that, you might not be able to do it yet. You might not have your sympathetic oscillation yet. That's the point of the result-driven exercises here in the Largo Status Stage exercises. Now that you've watched my videos and you've done the Singing C series, you will approach these exercises differently than if you just saw the page and saw the exercise and played the notes. You can play them and I'm sure they sound great. Beginners, it won't take you long to be able to make these notes sound fantastic. The point is, what is the process of creating that great sound? This is the most important thing. Why am I spending time teaching professional players who want to throw their instruments? I'm not kidding you. And not trumpet players. Not only trumpet players, professional French horn players, professional trombone players, woodwind players. I have an endorsement coming from one of Melbourne's leading multi-instrumentalist woodwind players, TV, theatre, the whole works. The whole concept of the body's concert hall and the whole concept of passive reduction and shape not engaging has opened his flute and piccolo playing up and has improved his tenor sound, and he's an amazing baritone player. You've got to understand what I'm getting at. We are working on extreme efficiency. We're taking everything to the extreme. What are the three biggest problems? Obviously, the pinching in the lip. So what does Greg do? Let's get the pinch completely out of the way. I'm going to say it again. Is that the way that I play all of the notes all over the instrument? No. Aperture corners, this is where pitch happens. Get the lip out of the way. Keep the body's concert hall open for business. If you've come this far, spend $10 and sign up and see the foundation level. You can't not know this. It's as simple as that. When you've kept the concert hall open and understand how the instrument plays you, it'll all make sense to you, then your sound will open up and playing becomes more free, becomes easier. I can sing, What's easier? What sounds better? So we're now at the results stage of our playing where if you're really switched on, eyes closed, magnifying glass, how does it feel when I'm playing these notes? Yep, it's all open. All the way, every single note. If you recognize any push, any tightness, you can continue to play like that forever. It's up to you. Or you can understand how to get rid of it. That's the third problem. Our understanding is wrong. And the overblowing, we use the voice. There is the answer. Now, I'm having ridiculous success with the focal dystonia student because it is so driven by what's happening up here and creating new neural pathways. This is not the video for it. However, one of the tricks that we're doing, 4 steps, fingers on the lips. Does it trigger the dystonia? Lowering the jaw, does that trigger the dystonia? Moving air, breathing, does that trigger the dystonia? You will see this hopefully this year, and how it works is freaking astounding. So what does she walk around doing? Looking for any triggers. Stiffness, tightening, it's a wild thing. All right, desensitizing, trigger points. And that's exactly the same thing that we're doing. You could walk around. Here's a great exercise for you. Walk around for the next month and literally tell yourself this is what it feels like to play. Get your fingers out. That's what it feels like to play. If it doesn't feel like that, you're working too hard. So when you're doing the results-driven exercises, you're closing your eyes and you're looking and going, oh, look, yes, I am engaging there. Or there is a bit of shutting down back in the throat. A lot of people get a choke. That is the polar opposite of what we want. I've gone through step by step by step how to eliminate these problems and how to recognize them. If you're still getting them, an awareness of why is everything. These exercises are not just play C, D, E, F, G, well done, time to move on. It's not that, and most people fall into that trap. Most people do the free trial week here and I never see them again. Sure, you can learn a lot from it, but this is just scratching the surface. By the time we get complex with double tonguing and triple tonguing and valves and triple octaves and, it's up to you where you want to go with your playing. But this is just the start. But it's really important. As I said in the previous lesson, it's all about creating a solid foundation. And then we build our playing on top of that. This Largo stage is just planning to mix the concrete. Coming up with the idea of how we mix concrete, let alone mixing concrete, let alone getting Rico steel and starting to build the foundation. You've got to understand the importance of it. I can't put it any more succinctly than that. It's just the basis of all of your playing, and people come to me day after day after day with issues of, I'm having trouble. There's a recent one. I can play a G. I've been able to play a G my whole life, but can never play a high C. The problem is not the G. The problem is everything happening down to the low C, back into the system, back up to the brain, the way they're thinking about it. It's all wrong. Anyone can do this, but we all fight our instrument and don't realise we fight our instrument because we're told playing brass instruments is hard work. First thing. And then you get someone to buzz their lips, and then they push and they tighten and go, cool, a mouthpiece. Am I raving? So anyway, when you're doing these exercises, we're going to extreme efficiency because we're eliminating the three biggest problems: overblowing, pinching the lips, and the way we think about it. It's just a recognition on your behalf. Can you feel any inefficiency? You won't find it if you don't look for it. You won't recognize it unless you've got something to compare it to. And let me tell you that most people that I give lessons to, very rarely, occasionally, those that I can tell who have watched this stuff over and over, because they do get not any of these things. Then they get and you can hear the body resonance. Then they get ooh, and then when they put the visualizer on, ooh, it stays, the jaw stays in the same position. It feels ridiculous. It feels ridiculous. It feels bizarre. It feels weird. Is this the way we play all over the range of the instrument? No, but it's a great place to start because we're unlocking any negative tension in the body. If we don't need to push the breath, let's not push the breath. Eventually, when we play longer notes and louder notes, we have to support more. But for now, for these exercises, we don't. So stop using what we don't need to use. That's what it feels like to play. You know the sensation of it. You understand that it can work. Then, of course, you can allow yourself to put the process into action and you go, what does it sound like? That's not what I want it to sound like. This is what I want it to sound like. But this takes all this negative tension activity, negative activation. And so this is what we're working on. This is what I want to sound like. But the process is average. This is the process that I want, really efficient, extreme efficiency. But the sound's not right. You can make the sound right when you relearn shape and you learn to let go of the pinch and learn to back off the airflow. If you learn to understand it, you can learn to let these issues go. It is simply the most important thing that I can possibly say to you. And it's up to you whether you take it or you leave it. That's day 4. Things are starting to get heavy. And that's because I want to help. And it's your choice. Go through it. And I mentioned the course. Sign up. If you get nothing from it, we refund. You know, for $10, I got a coffee in Flagstaff, North Arizona for $10. You know, seriously. So give it a try. If you don't get any benefit from it, just let me know. Greg, you're full of boop, and we'll give you money back. You've got to try it. I've been working on this for 35 damn years, and you've seen the effort that I go to put this course together. It's not because it's nonsense. It's because I found the flaws in the general teaching techniques, the universal psychology of wind playing, and want to make a change. Big statement, I know, but I can prove it time and time and time again that it works. So come and join us. Get on the forum. Hook in. Say it's the worst thing you've ever seen and back it up why. Remember, you can question everything that I say, but you've got to be prepared to question your own beliefs. All right, that's it for day 4. Go through and mindfully play the results-driven exercises. Open up the concert hall, sound beautiful, and I look forward to seeing you on day 5.